We are his house at ungodly hours because we were hungry. Me in particular, because I was hungry. And who he would give us food. He used to cook. He would cook for us. He would buy food for us. Those were the times where I was broke, like jaded broke. I was working and I was in tears. I was crying. Why? I remember those times. I had a close friend who would always say, "Are you sure this man doesn't like you?" I said, "This man is like a father to me." And at the end of a couple of years, he asked me out.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the second episode of Story. The lesson from today's stories are to, first of all, if there's anybody in your life who is overly nice, especially to my girls, my boys, okay, who is overly nice to you, and the relationship between both of you is not defined. Even if it's defined, please ask questions. Now, while I was filming this video, I didn't have a very strong conviction to share the details of the story, okay? But basically, it was a very important person in my life who I saw as a father figure in my life, who was super helpful to me. He gave me money, he gave me food, he gave me like money in other currencies, helped me a lot. And at the end of a couple of years, he asked me out. Now, the problem is not that he asked me out. The problem is that he is a married man who wanted separation or divorce from his wife but had not gotten it yet. You know, his children call me auntie, and so it felt weird. I was never going to have anything to do with a married man, but there's now compromise if the person has helped you so much and you don't have a very strong moral standing, or you don't have a very good relationship with the Lord, you don't have something you stand for, you are likely to accept based off on the good the person has done for you and all of that. So that's the moral of today's story. If there's somebody who is overly nice to you, giving you everything you need, sometimes you don't even have to ask, and all of that, I promise you it's difficult, but it will always be safe to ask. I remember those times. I had a close friend who would always say, "Are you sure this man doesn't like you?" I said, "This man is like a father to me," and in the end, it didn't end well. I turned him down, and that's how come we're not even in a great relationship right now. So that's the story. But I was thinking about it. If I can't share the details of that story, I might as well share the flip side. So the moral of the second story is, the main story actually is, there are good people who will do good without expecting anything in return. And I'm going to use 3 people in my life, different phases of my life, as an example, really just to show appreciation to them, just to encourage you if you're out there and you're doing good, just to also tell other people that, you know what, there are actually people who do a lot of good without expecting. But now let's get straight into the story. When I say story, you say stop. First person we're talking about is Shiloh. Now, Shiloh is somebody who was in my life the days when I was very broke, like right out of junior high school, just in the area. Senior high school, sorry. Not sure whether I was going to go to the university. And Shiloh was a blessing to me and my friend Princess. I probably drag Princess onto this channel to share so that we can talk about Shiloh. That guy is an absolute blessing. We will go to his house, eat whatever we want, open his fridge as if we stocked it, any time of the day. He never took advantage of me. He never took advantage of my friend. He never made us feel like we're bedding. He just helped us purely from his heart. And God bless you, Shiloh, anywhere you are in this world. God bless you. And he's one of the people that, even though right now, because of life and everything, we don't talk as often as before, he has a very special place in my heart. Very generous person. He never took advantage of. There are some people who help you so much, they don't even end up asking you out, but then when they try to maybe touch you inappropriately or stuff like that. Nothing like that. Neither did he go out bad mouthing as that this is good date for me over there. I
think it would be best to bring Princess on here so that we talk about Shiloh. But shout outs to Shiloh, amazing person. Shiloh is his nickname. I think he likes Shiloh than his real name. I don't know. But yeah, shout outs to Shiloh. There are actually people who do you good, and both of us were females. He was a male. We'd be at his house at ungodly hours because we were hungry. Me, in particular, because I was hungry. He'd give us food. He used to cook. He would cook for us. He'd buy food for us. And so she was one of those people. I remember fondly, anytime he comes to mind, I'm just so grateful that he helped me as much and didn't expect or ask for anything in exchange. And I wish him well. I pray that God will bless him, give him a good wife, bless children, and let other strangers help his children because of all the good he did for me and my friend. The second person now, we're going to leave all these three characters are the best stories. Okay? We're going to leave the best for the last. So let's talk about my landlord. That's very recent. So when I left my parents' house to live on my own with my brother, the landlord met the best landlord I have ever met. If you are young and you are into renting, you know that there's this perception about landlords, landladies, that they're mean, they're horrible, they're whatever. Now talking about oh dear Lord, talking about landlords, anytime you see that I made a video and the thumbnail has landlord on it, rash, because I have another story. Back to landlord. Now, this landlord is a man of God. So helpful to us. I remember when we finally got the room, he asked about us. We told him we lived with our parents, but our parents were relocating to a place where it wasn't going to figure me, my work and all that. I was just out uni, all that good stuff. And then, so we can have this place. He's trying to renovate the place, but since we need it so badly, he will give it to us. And we ended up living there for well over 2 years. Yes? No, almost 4 years. Almost 4 years. We lived there almost 4 years. And Reverend, that's what we call him. Reverend is the best landlord I've ever met. Now, why am I saying he's the best landlord? First of all, he said that because I was a young person who was living with my younger brother, he would not let us pay for the bills, like water bill and electricity bill. Mind you, I had just started my food business, and so I had a freezer. And so my electricity was directly from his meter, and he never let us pay any bills. And that was a big thing. No water bill, no light bill. And he said that was his own way of supporting us. And I will forever be grateful to Reverend for that thing he did for us. I think it was just until the last year that I started paying. But yeah, I'm just super grateful to Reverend. So there are actually people, and he never did anything out of character, like because he was helping us. No, he actually took my younger brother. They took us as like their children, he and his wife. His in-laws in the house. So grandma was like our own grandma. Just amazing people. And when we're moving out, the reason, I wish I could even live in that house until I got married, because it just felt like home, And I remember we were leaving, it was so emotional. They even were considering adopting my brother, so that's how close we were to their family. Shout out to the Reverend, his wife, grandma, and the children. Just lovely people. So there are actually people who do you good and not expect anything in exchange. Now, if you are tired of using Shiloh or the deodorant you use, if you are tired of it, like you just want to try something new, or maybe it's not serving you anymore, I recommend Vibe to you. Okay. Now I started using this few days ago, but it does the job. Why am I recommending this to you? First of all, it is really 24 hours protection. Really 24 hours protection. It doesn't smell like the regular deodorant. Like if you use this and you probably forget to use your body splash or your perfume and you step out, nobody's going to smell like deodorant or you, if you know what I mean. And they have different flavors. They have different
flavors, and it's antiperspirant. It does not have alcohol. If I am correct. I know that we're not supposed to be using deodorants that have alcohol in them. So this does not have alcohol. Now, the last time I tried deodorant that did not have alcohol, it didn't last for up to 4 hours, if I remember correctly. So I was like, is it the alcohol that's making, so try Vibe, okay? And it is just around the same price. Okay, so yeah, I just thought to put you on this. It's not sponsored of anything. I just thought to put you on this. Love it. One of the things I've decided to do is to share with you guys things that I'm discovering during the story times. Now, let's talk about the final character. People can do you good without expecting anything in return. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was walking around the World Trade Center, okay, in Accra, and I was overwhelmed with tears. Like, I just got so emotional. I was walking and I was in tears. I was crying. Why? Because I got to the UBA building and I just remembered how one day while I was in uni, I was rushing to this building because somebody named Mr. Kuch had asked me to come get my fees, and it was almost time. Like, deadline was almost there. Now, I will never forget somebody like Mr. Kuch because he's one of the kindest people. Around the time he helped me, he didn't have to. I remember I needed fees. I needed parts of my fees so badly. I had asked everyone I knew at the time, and he wasn't ready at home as well. And so I spoke to him and he said, tomorrow come to my office at UBA and look for so come to so office and I'll give it to you. And I remember going to his office and he just given it to me. And the reason why it was so emotional is the time limits. I needed this so bad to pay on time so that the deadline does not. So I'm so worried. If you're watching this video, I really appreciate you. And that day, I really wanted to send my voice note, but I was so emotional, I'm so emotional. He's a married man, so I didn't want to send him like a voice note crying, and I just said prayers for him. So there really are people who do good and do not expect anything in return. And I've had, by God's grace, many such examples. These are just a few examples. I think I should do maybe a series, a Thanksgiving series or something, and just share the stories of people who've helped me. And I'm so grateful to these people. I'm so grateful to Sheila. The time Sheila was helping me with food, these were the times where I was broke, like Jaden broke.
Jay broke.
Thank you, Jesus. And I can say these things and laugh, I was broke because all I went for his house for was primarily food. Buys food. Sheila, God bless you. God bless you wherever he is. And God bless my landlord. God bless him. May his children, may strangers help his children. In the name of Jesus, they will never encounter horrible landlords because he has not sown that seed. In the name of Jesus. Then Fisher was watching an amazing man. Like, every time I remember this man, I'm just smiling because he's such a kind person, such a principled, such a just kind-hearted, and also never spoke inappropriately to me, never tried to make advances whatsoever, never, just because you know money did any of these things. And so the moral of the story is people actually can do good and not expect anything in return. Even though unfortunately there are people who are doing good so that the time they ask you for what they want to ask, you'll not be able to turn them down. I think the former outweighs the latter. And so, thank you so much for watching today. Do you have people in your life who have been profusely helpful to you? Share your story with me in the comments and say thank you to somebody who may not even see it, like somebody who's been profusely good to you. And if you are the one who's been profusely good to people, even if they thanked you or not, remember that I'm sure that they are so grateful to you, and I'm so sure that God is going to bless you. Thank you for watching today's episode, the second episode of Story. Leave your honest comments, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye. Hi, Toby. How are you? Are you home? Are you busy? You're eating? Okay. Just when you're done, can you come and take pictures of me? I'm trying to get a thumbnail. So when you're done eating, okay. Thank you so much.